So we did get new information for the up-and-coming Dokkan Original Trunks and Broly card. I know a lot of you probably have already seen the animations and stuff like that, but I figured we could still make a video on it because I really like these what-if cards. The Trunks and Broly, I think is a great idea. I think Goresh was talking about it on Twitter as well. Like, it's a really smart idea for Dokkan to do these what-if cards because Dokkan doesn't really have anything. And by that, I mean, you know, Legends has Shallot, Xenoverse has, you know, Supreme Kai Time, they've got like Ace and all the Time Patrollers and all that. Heroes has a bunch of random stuff. So all these Dragon Ball games typically have characters to kind of represent the games, but Dokkan doesn't necessarily have any character unique to it. So then having a lot of what-if cards like this could give it a little bit more like dependence from other things. So I definitely do like that they're starting to do this. Hopefully they make this a trend going forward because, I mean, like I said, this is a really unique thing. And it's cool that they're all free to play as well. Hopefully maybe we can start getting summonable what-if units pretty soon. But anyway, we've got the animations right here. You can see the official Dokkan Twitter did post it. After that, we're going to look at some other animations, and then we're going to get straight into their details. So without further ado, let's check out their super attack animation. Yeah, I mean, it looks clean. So this is their only super attack animation as it stands, but eventually they will awaken into an LR. So then, of course, they're going to get a 12 key and an 18 key. Hopefully, they would get like an entrance animation, an active skill, all that stuff. And then also, you know, you're going to see their stats in a minute, or their passive. It's going to get a lot better once they awaken into an LR, and maybe EZA. I don't really know what they plan on doing with that. But that is the super attack animation. Overall, I think it looks really good. There's a good amount of Broly in the super attack animations, and there's a good amount of Trunks. You know, I think it looks good, again, considering that this is just a complete Dokkan original card. They are fighting Hygiak, which I don't know if that means anything. I kind of just skip over the story mode, so maybe I should start paying attention to it now with this coming out. But anyway, speaking of the story mode, this is a little animation that's going to play once you get to a certain stage. It says Area 32, but I don't really think that really clarifies anything. So if you play the new story mode stages, you will see this animation eventually. So let's go ahead and play this.
TRUNKS, BROLY.
Dude, it's crazy to think this is real. Like, we've got a Piccolo, Tien, and Yamcha giving energy to a Trunks and Broly. And then on the other end, you've got a Raditz, Nappa, and Paragus giving energy to the same Trunks and Broly. Like, this is what I'm saying. Quest mode has so much potential to be really fun and just crazy. It was the most insane stuff that you'd never think of. But it would make Dokkan a lot more, you know, unique and a little bit more fun in my opinion. And it would actually give me a reason to pay attention to story mode, which I don't think there's been a single Dragon Ball game outside of, like, Xenoverse that I've actually, like, paid attention to the story mode. So Dokkan can have a first with that one. Now, there are the details for the Trunks and Broly, so we're going to go over this really quick. Now, I forgot to mention, but shout out to Minato and Proton MG for, you know, helping me out to make this video, because they provided the details and then the quest mode animation. But anyway, this is the Trunks and Broly. So their leader skill is Time Travelers, Category Allies 2 key, and then HP and attack and defense plus 50%. A horrible leader skill right now. I mean, that absolutely sucks, but as Minato says right here, keep in mind this unit is going to Dokkan Awaken into an LR. So then with their LR, you could assume this would go to like 100%, and then maybe they would EZA eventually, and it'd go to like 130%. So leader skill kind of sucks, but you're not really going to be running free-to-play units as leads anyway, so I don't really think that matters that much. Their super attack effect is that they raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause supreme damage. So attack and defense there is nice. With their LR, you could assume maybe they'd be like 50% attack and defense. And then their passive is that they get 80% attack and defense. They also perform an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super. They have a medium chance to perform a crit. Okay, so just a medium chance to do an additional, and then a medium chance to crit just off the bat. Definitely very good. With their LR, actually, that'd probably go up to a high chance. So then launches an additional that has a high chance to become a super, and then having a high chance to crit. That'd be really crazy. But for now, it's just a medium chance, but even that is still pretty good. And then they also get another 30% attack and defense when performing a super. And then when HP is 50% or above when performing a super attack, they perform an additional attack that is a medium chance of becoming a super. And then when HP is 50% or less when performing a super attack, they get an additional 20% chance to perform a critical hit. And then another 31% attack and defense, and then 8% damage reduction with every super attack performed in the same turn. So that's actually really good, because just from their kit, we can see they already have potential to do 3 supers in a turn, and this is just their, the TUR. So with the LR, you could assume, you know, you could probably do closer to 4 or 5 supers in a turn, and then getting 8% damage reduction on super makes them a godly slot 2 option. And then with their LR, you know, then obviously this would go up a little, so then this would be like 10% damage reduction, and then they could be getting close to like 40-50% damage reduction in a turn, alongside all the defense they're going to get after they super. So this has a very, very, very good blueprint for an LR Awakening, and then maybe an Easy 8 with that LR or whatever. But yeah, this definitely could be pretty good. Now, their links are Sand Warrior Race, the Sand Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepared for Battle, Super Sand, and then Shattering the Limit. So actually a pretty good link set, especially for free-to-play unit. Not a whole lot wrong with that. And then their categories are Time Travelers, Full Power, Joined Forces, Super Sands, Connected Hope, and Trusted Will and Power of Wishes. So they actually did a lot with the categories. I was a little scared with this unit's categories because the previous Awakening of this unit, so the SSR Trunks, the tech one, he literally only had Time Travelers. So I was a little worried that this unit would just mainly be a Time Travelers unit, and then that's it. And if he was like a support for that category or whatever, I mean, I wouldn't mind running him on the Time Travelers team, but it's nice when units have a lot of teams they can be ran on. So then seeing how they threw all these extra categories on here, it is definitely very good, especially stuff like Connect to Hope and Entrusted Will, because those categories aren't necessarily the best. So overall, a very good unit. He looks like he's going to be amazing when he awakens into an LR, and even now he can look pretty impressive because he's getting all this damage reduction with every super performed, he's getting all these stats when you actually super, and he could do a good amount of damage because he's got a lot of crits and additionals built in. So this looks like a pretty solid unit now, and then when he gets his Awakening, and then maybe Easy after that or whatever, he's going to be very good. So I'm really excited about this unit. Like I said, the potential is definitely there. I mean, it's a really good idea, a Trunks and a Broly teaming up, and then also the kit isn't that bad either. So execution is looking pretty good so far. But I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this what if unit down in the comments, and let me know what if units you want to see in the future. Me personally, I think maybe like, I mean, it's going to sound very basic, but a Vegito and a Gogeta would just be sick. Like, imagine that as a Dokkan Fest, or like a Dokkan Fest LR or something. I don't know, I feel like that'd be peak. But once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.